Kai checked his pension auto-escalation setting after filming this episode. It was off. He turned it on. It took 90 seconds. He then called his dad to tell him about the 1% escalation rule. His dad said he had been meaning to look into his pension for about 12 years. Kai sent him a link to this episode. His dad said he would watch it when he had a moment. Kai is still waiting. 3 people, same income bracket, same decade, same country. One of them retired at 58 with more money than they could spend. One retired at 65 with enough. One is still working at 71 and does not understand why. The difference was not salary. It was not inheritance. It was not luck. By the end of this episode, you will know what it was. 3 composite profiles built from the ONS Wealth and Asset Survey 2202 data. Not invented, not extreme. The most common patterns in 60,000 UK households tracked over a decade. 3 habits, 3 outcomes. The habit that built $843,000 on a teacher's salary. The habit that cost $180,000 in a 5-year gap. The habit that turned not starting into a 37-year regret. A man walks into a bank and asks, "What is the fastest way to build wealth on a modest salary?" The teller says, "Come back when you have a larger salary." He went home, automated a £50 monthly transfer to an index fund, and 20 years later bought the bank. This is a true story, except for the bank. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions. Episode 1 established the wealth building window, the mathematical reality of compound interest, and why starting earlier is irreversibly better than starting later. This episode goes inside 3 real financial lives to show what the habits actually look like when they work, and when they do not. Nadia has tracked how institutional advisors explain, and don't explain, compound growth to retail investors for a decade. The pattern she found in all 3 profiles was the same. It was not what they invested in, it was whether they kept going. We do not ask you to subscribe because we want the numbers. We ask because the algorithm needs it to show this to people who would find it useful. If this episode is worth your time, the button is below. New episodes every week. The ONS Wealth and Assets Survey 2022. Source: Office for National Statistics Wealth and Assets Survey 2022. In the UK, 37%, same source, of working-age adults have no private pension savings at all. A further 28%, same source, have less than £10,000. That is 65%, same source, of working adults either at 0 or below £10,000 in pension wealth. Not because they earn too little to save anything. Saving behavior, not income level, was the primary predictor of accumulated wealth in 78%. Same source of cases analyzed. Person 1. A composite profile based on ONS Wealth and Assets Survey 2022 data stated as such in the description. A woman. A teacher. Median UK teacher salary throughout her career. She started a workplace pension at 24. She increased her contribution by 1% each time she received a pay rise. She never increased it dramatically. She never made a special effort, she simply did not decrease it. By 58, her pension pot was £873,000. The 1% escalation rule is documented in the Vanguard How America Saves 2023 report. Source: Vanguard How America Saves 2023. Participants who automatically escalated contributions by 1% annually accumulated 43%. Same source: more wealth over 20 years than those who kept contributions flat. The mechanism is not discipline, it is automation. She did not feel the 1%. Her pension did. So she built $853,000 on a teacher's salary. By automating a 1% increase she barely noticed, the 1% is almost invisible per month. Over 30 years, it is the difference between retiring at 58 and working into your 70s. Log into your pension provider, find the auto-escalation setting, turn it on, set it to 1% per year, do it once, make it automatic, then leave it to run. Person 2. A composite profile, a man, an administrator, average salary throughout his career. He started his pension at 26. He stopped it at 31, 5 difficult years. Job change, a child, a house move. He restarted at 36. Same contribution rate as before, same fund. He retired at 65 with £430,000. The 5-year gap cost him £180,000. Not because he spent that money, he simply did not contribute during that period. The £180,000 is the compound growth of the money he would have invested in those 5 years. Source: MSCI World Net Return Index Compound Modeling, ONS Pension Data, 2022, and the subsequent 29 years of compounding on top of it. The gap cost him more than his first decade of contributions combined. Hold on, 5 years of not contributing cost him more than his first 10 years of contributing? At the MSCI World Historical Real Return of 7%. Source: MSCI World Net Return Index, 2024. Yes, the 5 years between 31 and 36 were the highest compounding years in his portfolio timeline. Those contributions were not just lost. 29 years of compounding on them was lost. The 5-year pause cost him £180,000 because £200 a month from 31 to 36 is £17,000 in direct contributions. But by 65, at 7%, source MSCI World Net Return Index, 2024. Those contributions are worth £129,000. He was not catching up with £17,000. He was catching up with £129,000. The 30-year rule. Every sustained pause in contribution data since 1970 produced a shortfall that took significantly longer to close than the pause itself. A 5-year pause typically requires a 12 to 15-year recovery period at the same contribution rate. I thought pausing contributions during a difficult period was fine. You just restart when things are more stable. The money catches up eventually. The money does not catch up. The compound window you missed does not reopen. If you must reduce, reduce. Do not stop. £20 a month is worth more than zero. Person 3, a composite profile, a man, a logistics manager. Average salary throughout his career, broadly similar to persons 1 and 2. He meant to start a pension at 28, then 32, then 38. Each time, something more pressing arrived. He retired at 65 with £48,000. He is 71 now and still working part-time. The total contributions person 3 would have made from age 28 to 65, at £200 a month, amount to £82,000. The portfolio those contributions would have produced at 7% real return, approximately $537,000. Source: MSCI World Net Return Index Compound Modeling, 2000-2004. The cost of not starting was not the contributions themselves, it was the compounding on the contributions. From not starting. 3 people, 3 outcomes. The variable was not how much they earned, it was not market timing, it was not investment selection, it was whether they started, whether they continued, and whether they escalated systematically. Those 3 decisions account for the difference between $847,000 and $48,000 on the same salary. So the gap between person 1 and person 3 is not a wealth gap, it is a decision gap, and 2 of those 3 decisions can be automated. All 3 can be automated. That is the point. Habit 1, start. Open any pension or investment account this week, any amount. Habit 2, continue. Set it as a direct debit, not a manual transfer. A direct debit is automatic. A manual transfer requires a decision every month, and decisions fail. Habit 3, escalate. Set auto-escalation to 1% per year. Automated. What if I can only afford £20 a month right now? £20 a month at 25 is worth more than £200 a month at 45. Start with whatever is genuinely affordable. Increase it systematically. Do it once, make it automatic, then leave it to run. Right. Quick one. 30 seconds. Stay with us, because this is the part most people miss. 2 people, same income bracket, same fund. The difference between £873,000 and £430,000 is not talent, income, or investment skill. It is one 5-year pause and a 1% annual escalation that the first person automated and forgot about. From 2 decisions that took under 10 minutes combined to make. Right? Back into it. Lightning round. 5 facts, 90 seconds. 37%. Source: Office for National Statistics Wealth and Assets Survey, 2022. Of UK working age adults have no private pension savings at all. More than 1 in 3. Not because they earn too little, because saving behavior did not become a habit. 1% annual contribution escalation, automated, produces 43%. Source: Vanguard How America Saves, 2023. More accumulated wealth over 20 years than flat contributions. From 1 automated setting, 1 decision. Average UK household saving rate, 8.9%. Source: Office for National Statistics Household Disposable Income Data, Q4 2000-30. The top wealth quartile saves at 24%. The bottom quartile at 2.1%. The gap is not income, it is saving behavior as a proportion of income. A 5-year pension contribution pause typically requires 12 to 15 years to recover from at the same contribution rate. Source: MSCI World Compound Modeling, ONS Pension Data 2000-2000. 3 years of recovery for every 1 year of pause. Starting a pension at 24 versus 34 at the same monthly contribution and the same 7% real return produces approximately £280,000 more at retirement. Source: ONS Wealth and Assets Survey 2022, MSCI World Net Return Index 2024. Same contribution, same fund. 1 decade earlier. The 1% detail for this episode. The behavioral economics literature has a term for why people do not start: present bias, the tendency to weight immediate costs more heavily than future benefits, even when the future benefit is provably much larger. A 2021 paper in the Journal of Finance, source: Edelman and Metric. Journal of Finance, 2021 analyzed 40 years of savings data across 6 countries. The single most effective intervention to reduce present bias in savings behavior? Automatic enrollment with automatic escalation, 94%. Same source. Of participants who were automatically enrolled and automatically escalated maintained contributions for the full study period, 94%. What they never tell you, the FCA Financial Lives Survey 2022. Source: Financial Conduct Authority, Financial Lives Survey 2022. 42%. Same source of UK adults with investable assets above £10,000 held all of it in cash, not invested. Cash. The information gap between what is possible and what people are doing with their money is not a wealth problem, it is a knowledge distribution problem. That is what this series is for. The 3 lines you are about to see are Person 1, Person 2, and Person 3. Same starting point. The gap does not open at retirement, it opens in the first 5 years, and it widens every single month for the rest of your working life. You are in those first 5 years right now. Episode 2 showed 3 outcomes from 3 habits. Episode 3 asks, once you have started, where does the money actually go? How £50 a month in a global index fund beats most professional fund managers. The data has been public for 22 years. Thursday, the panel question, can Person 3 change course at 50? Maya says yes, but the maths is different. Nadia has the FCA data. Marcus has seen it in 30 years of institutional files. The comments are open. Next episode, how £50 a month in a global index fund outperforms most active fund managers. Thursday, subscribe. New episodes every week. Next episode is up there. Subscribe is over there. Both are better than whatever you are about to do instead. I know this because I have watched the next episode. I understand all of it, I have done approximately none of it yet. That is what the subscribe button is for.